Hey gang, Tony here for the third Halloween video. This is gonna be 4. I just realized that. Halloween mailbag time! Alright. Don't forget, if you want to submit a question for the Halloween mailbag, which I'm gonna do more than on Halloween, I'm just gonna always have this thing out and put questions in it. Just ask me a question, I'll put one in there. I have 2 questions today. The first one comes from 713 CJW218. I don't know the person's real name, but thank you for submitting a question. And the question is, what is your favorite Halloween memory? And that is an appropriate question for the day, I thought. My favorite Halloween memory, I have many favorites, so I think I'm just going to choose, not a random one, but one of the top favorite ones. And one year that sticks out in my memory is, I may have told this story before, but one year when I still lived in Brooklyn, we were young, I was probably going to estimate I was maybe 11 or 12. We decided not to go trick-or-treating that year. For one reason or another. I'm not really sure what made us decide not to do that at such a young age, because I absolutely went trick-or-treating for years after that. I went trick-or-treating until I was I did it at least a few years after I moved. And I moved when I was 13. So 14, 15. I had to be trick-or-treating at least until I was 15 or 16. And I know for a fact I went at least once when I was in high school with my friends, kind of as a goof, but I was like really into it. Anyway, so that's a completely other story. That year we decided not to. And what we did was a bunch of friends got together and we went out to the video store and rented horror movies to watch. And we bought candy, and we had a bunch of candy and snacks and everything. And technically this isn't a story, as it's not going to go anywhere. It's just a bunch of like random memories. But one thing I remember was while we were walking to the video store, some kid popped out from a doorway and threw an egg at me. And I was wearing one of those kind of slippery winter jackets, like a snow jacket, and the egg just barely skimmed off me, and it didn't break on me, it just... And I was with friends. This kid he was younger than us, I think, and he was alone, and we all looked at him, and he fucking took off running. It was the funniest thing, and we weren't, like, intimidating or anything, we were just kids, and we didn't, like, say or do anything. I think we were all just like, whoop. What just happened? And yeah, it was one of those memories that just sticks out in my mind. So after that, we went to the video store and we got some videos and went back. And I remember to this day, I remember one of the movies was Lawnmower Man, which we enjoyed quite a bit. And the other movie, believe it or not, was Troll 2. And this is, obviously as a kid, I had no idea what the hell I was getting into. I did see the original Troll, which is probably why we rented this Troll 2, thinking it was maybe a sequel. Because I liked the first movie, even as a kid. I remember loving that one. And I don't remember thinking that it was awful, but I do remember being really, really confused. Which I guess makes sense, because the movie has nothing to do with the first one, and there's like goblins instead of trolls, and obviously it's gone down in history to be one of the worst movies, and they have the documentary Best Worst Movie made about it, and it's actually a really fun movie to watch. I like it for being as bad as it is, but as a kid it was just like this very confusing, what the hell are we watching sort of feeling. And that's really it. I mean, we I don't have any really good memories other than that of that night. But we had fun. And it was a different Halloween, which is probably why it sticks out in my memory. Because you guys know, like, when you do the same thing a lot, they tend to blur together. So that year sticks out as a different one. I could go on to other ones, but I'm going to stick with that as one of my favorite Halloween memories. And we have one more question. This one from Chris Johnson. If you could get killed by anyone, who would it be and how? And this is a creepy question, I gotta admit. Not really. This is something that I don't really think very much about. Who I would want to come in. I'm assuming he means like famous horror movie villains. I would think, because that makes the most sense to me. So that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to choose from the Halloween villains or horror movie villains. I haven't really given this much thought. I probably should have. Hi, Luna. What's wrong? But I'll say, uh-oh. Oh, no. You okay? It's a little frisky today. I will say... You know what? I'll just go with Sam. Trick or Treat Sam. I think, like, on one side of things, in my head, I'm like, I would never get killed by Trick or Treat Sam because I uphold the rules of Halloween. But on the other hand, like, if I was going to be killed by someone, I would be honored to be killed by Sam, you know, because it would be, like, for Halloween sacrifice. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. How? How would he kill me? Come on, man. It's gotta be a lollipop. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Luna liked that. Alright, guys, I'm going to call that the end of the Halloween mailbag. I hope you enjoyed. If you want me to answer one of your questions in a semi-serious sort of way, just go ahead and ask it. It'll pop into the old jack-o'-lantern. Alright, guys, come back for one more. Got Parcel of Terror to unbox. Happy Halloween! Breathe deep of the night.